Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we're going to take a look at part 5 of the Death Guard rules preview. We should have waited today, shouldn't we? Instead of doing the video yesterday, we should have waited till today because you were absolutely right. Those of you who pointed out that they said it's going to be significant stuff every time were correct. So my guess that the last day would be Crusade and as such, not all that relevant in the vast majority of cases. I was totally wrong. Absolutely incorrect, it turns out. But it's fine because we now have Part 5, which is Contagions of Nurgle, and they dropped this at just the right time, the perfect time, because I just finished rocking the f*** out because it's Friday. So, Part 5, Contagions of Nurgle. I've not actually looked at this myself yet, so this will be a nice little surprise for all of us, and maybe it might hopefully do something to maybe offset some of the dissatisfaction towards the new Disgustingly Resilient, which I can totally see. Kind of a mixed reaction to that one, which is expected, to be honest. So, what does this here thing do? The Death Guard Codex is on its way early next. Did you know that? Did you know? Just in case, I thought I'd let you know. Just in case you weren't sure, just in case. Last up is the Contagions of Nurgle ability that made a mysterious appearance last week on Mortarian's datasheet. We should take a look at that. That'd be a good idea. Luckily, they have linked us. Handy! So, on Mortarian's datasheet, we can see under Abilities, Disgustingly Resilient and Contagions of Nurgle. And also at the very end of the sheet, you've got Toxic Presence. This model counts the battle round number as being 4 for the purposes of determining contagion range of the Contagion Abilities. So he starts out at battle round 4, which is... oh, a 9-inch range on that. Okay, getting ahead of ourselves here. So, Contagions of Nurgle. The Death Guard are carriers of countless infections and contagions, each a gift from Nurgle. Whenever they march to war, these diseases spread, contaminating all around, sapping the strength of its victims, draining them of energy, withering their muscles, and overwhelming their immune system. Sounds like being in lockdown for 9 months. Such is its malefic nature, they can even undo metallic bonds, alien psychic materials, and all manner of other elements and components, rendering even armoured vehicles vulnerable. If every unit from your army has the Death Guard keyword, excluding unaligned units, this unit gains the following ability. Nurgle's Gift, which is a contagion. While an enemy unit is within contagion range of this unit, see opposite, subtract 1 from the toughness characteristic of models in that enemy unit. Okay, alright, so it is just a flat 1 toughness reduction to... what, just everything in range by the look of it, and the range changes depending on the battle round. Okay. Oh, that's fun. That's cool. I quite like that. That's nice. Contagion abilities affect enemy models or units within contagion range. That changes with the battle round number, increasing as the battle progresses, as shown in the table below. The effects of multiple identically named contagion abilities is not cumulative, so there's definitely multiples of them. I mean, it says Nurgle's Gift, and then in brackets Contagion, so I'm assuming they all have a different name, and you can have multiple by the look of things. The effects of multiple identically named contagion abilities is not cumulative. So, i.e., if an enemy unit is within range of 2 models with the same contagion ability, that contagion ability only applies to the enemy unit once. So you couldn't take, like, 2 units, both with Nurgle's Gift, put them in range of something, and then have that thing's toughness drop by 2. It's only ever going to drop by 1, so it doesn't stack. That's fair enough. Yeah, because otherwise that would be absurd. Note that while similar in many regards to aura abilities, contagion abilities are not affected by abilities that affect aura abilities. Jesus, there's a lot of use of the word ability here, and vice versa. Well, a lot of use of the word abilities, I guess. So battle round number 1, contagion range 1 inch. Battle round 2 is 3 inches, battle round 3 is 6 inches, battle round 4 is 9 inches. So Mortarion starts off with the full 9-inch range on whatever contagion you give him, I guess. So if you give him Nurgle's Gift straight off the bat, any enemy units within 9 inches of him are going to be down 1 toughness. I mean, that by itself, like, even if there weren't any other choices, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, if you ask me. Right from the get-go, this powerful ability has a 1-inch radius. Might not seem impressive at first, but it will kick in against any enemies foolish or unfortunate to be engaged with the units during the opening round. As the battle unfolds, this debilitating contagion will only become harder for your enemies to avoid by turn 4. It's entirely possible that the toughness value of all your opponent's units will be reduced by 1. Yeah, this really suits the Death Guard style of play, an inexorable advance that the enemy will struggle to repel before they're eventually overwhelmed by your forces at close range. See, okay, now this is confusing me a little bit, because this is making it seem like there's only the one, but it is clearly Contagions of Nurgle, so there's obviously more than that. The key here is that almost all your attacks will be more effective against enemies that are within range of Nurgle's gift. For example, a toughness 4 space marine will reduce to toughness 3, meaning bolt gunfire and melee attacks will be on a 3+ instead of a 4+, and plague weapons will be even more effective. Yeah, that's... I like that a lot, I really do. So fast and durable units such as the Mythic Blight Haulers, fetid bloat drones, and even Mortarion himself are great options for making the most of this ability. They can quickly close with the enemy battle line and start spreading the contagion as soon as possible, ensuring any target units near them have an even greater chance of taking damage from your ranged fire. Another useful means to spread Nurgle's gift is to field a miasmic malignifier. Oh lord. Not only can it be set up a mere 12 inches from your opponent's deployment zone, but always counts as the 4th battle round for the purpose of determining the range of its Contagions of Nurgle ability. Okay, it's a subtle but effective area. I mean, there's nothing subtle about it, lads. What are you talking about? It's not subtle. Come within range of this and all your stuff drops by 1 toughness. That's not subtle, is it? While it may not directly harm any units that advance into range, these enemies will be considerably more vulnerable to attacks made by your other units. Okay, alright, sure. I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure whether I 100% like that particular bit of scenery thingy. It's okay. It feels kind of a bit more fantasy than 40k though. It feels more Age of Sigmar than 40k. I think because it's going for that kind of the 3-sphere approach. The symbol of Nurgle. It's kind of sacrificing a bit of looking like it would actually do something. But it's okay. It's all non-committal. Let's say I'm feeling non-committal about it. So the question is, what do you reckon of Contagions of Nurgle then? That feels really quite fun to me. Genuinely, that feels pretty fun. It feels kind of strong as well, but not like broken or anything like that. Broken. I don't know, I quite like that. It'd be interesting to see what the other Contagions are. The way they focused on just the one, in a way almost felt a bit misleading because it made it seem like there was only one. But it clearly says that multiples of the same name don't stack, so there's obviously more. Be interesting to see what the others are, and how you assign them as well. Do you just look at a squad and go, okay, well, they've got this Contagion, or is it something more complicated than that? I would have liked a little bit more information, actually. Because that's an interesting ability that they've given them, but I feel like we'd still do with knowing a little bit more, like knowing more about how it works. But I guess we're just going to have to wait for that until the Codex eventually arrives. Yeah, but I like that. That's cool. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Does it make up for disgustingly resilient at all? Were you not that bothered about that in the first place? In which case, are you just happy with this? Do you think it's thematic enough, or is it not hitting the spot for you? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, feel free to click all the things, Patreon video, subscribe. As I mentioned in a video yesterday, I've started a second channel for painting and converting stuff. I'll leave a link to that in the description so you can go and check it out if you like. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.